If you're buying a new home in Colorado Springs, you can literally save thousands of dollars if you have a real estate agent represent you in the transaction. I'm going to tell you how you can do that. But first, let's just say that's one reason. There's so many reasons you want a real estate agent if you're buying a new home, and we're going to get into those right now. Like the first one is the builder doesn't want you to have a real estate agent. They don't want you to have a broker on your side, and that's because they make more money. The builders make an extra percentage on the house, and then you don't have anyone in your corner if things do go wrong, and things do go wrong. You can check the reviews for any builder in Colorado Springs, and you can see that. One of the more common questions that you might have when you walk into a new home sales office is whether or not you need a real estate agent. Well, the builder's sales rep will tell you that you don't have to have one. You can, but you don't have to have one because the paperwork's the same either way, which is true. So just know that as great as that sales rep is, and as much as you bond, and if you've clicked with them, they're still a paid representative of the builder. So if you have any issues in the building process, they don't represent you, they represent the builder, and that's something you need to keep in mind. All right. Those are a couple of reasons that you want a real estate agent on your side if you're buying a new home, and we'll get into a few more here in a second. If you're enjoying this video or getting anything out of it, just please click down and give it a thumbs up. It's a huge boost for the channel. It lets YouTube know to share this content with other people just like you. And like I said, it's the one thing that I ask for. I am a longtime real estate agent in Colorado Springs, so if you have questions about real estate, hit me up. I'm happy to help. My contact information is in the description below. All right, let's get back into our list. Let me start by saying you can hire a real estate agent to represent you on your new home purchase. Pretend it's me. I get paid whatever commission the builder offers. That's it. The price of the home doesn't change. It's just baked into the price because that's how the builder structured it. And they don't reduce prices if you don't have an agent because it can throw off their appraisals, which are problematic sometimes anyway. And it causes bad blood between builders and realtors. So speaking of realtors, builders and realtors kind of have a love-hate relationship. Builders don't really love brokers. They just don't. But builders want buyers, and buyers are usually attached to a real estate agent in some fashion. So the real estate agent provides counsel to the buyers, and if that means that in order to get the buyer, the builder has to work with the real estate agent, they're willing to do it. But they prefer not to. Over the past 6 or 7 years, the market's been really crazy, and builders haven't had to work as hard to get buyers. Buyers really needed the builders, and agents needed the builders because there really wasn't much available. In turn, the builders just cut commissions, and in a lot of ways, they cut customer service as well. I've heard builders tell buyers, well, if you don't like it, we'll just cancel your contract, put the house back on the market, and we'll sell it for more money. I've actually heard sales reps say this to buyers: we will cancel your house, raise the price, and I'll have it sold by the end of the day. With higher rates, the market's changed a little bit, and builders are a little less likely to cancel a deal, but it still happens. Imagine having that conversation with your builder. You're having a problem, and they're telling you that they're just going to cancel the contract, and you don't have anyone you can call for backup. These builders have a clause, not all of them, but some of them have a clause in there that they can terminate the contract. Period. They can give you your deposits back and walk away. So if you're having problems with the builder, rather than work with you, they can just cancel the deal. So what do you do in that situation? Well, a real estate agent can't necessarily strike that clause from the contract, but the builder's going to be more likely to work with a reputable broker and a reputable brokerage to solve your problems than if you're there by yourself. Since we're talking about contracts, something else to consider is that in Colorado, our real estate commission determines what paperwork real estate agents can use. We all use the same paperwork. And for buyers buying a home, there are protections in that contract to protect you in case something goes wrong. Builders don't use that contract. They use their own paperwork. They have a higher level of risk. They put up all the money, they take all the risk, and they build this home that if you lose your job or miss a car payment or change your mind, you can literally walk away from the house and the builder has to take it back and deal with that problem now. As a result of that, they collect massive deposits, sometimes $100,000 or more, and those deposits aren't refundable. So again, all the more reason to have somebody in your corner other than a builder's rep who works for the builder and a builder contract that is written in favor of the builder. Most people who buy a new home only do it once or twice in their lifetime. Why wouldn't you want somebody who does that full time and has worked with builders in the past, especially if they're willing to reduce your expenses when you buy that home? And what do I mean, reduce your expenses? Not every agent will do this, but you can negotiate an agreement with your real estate agent to receive a portion of that builder commission back at closing. You can use that money to reduce closing costs or to buy your rate down. Or maybe you want to have upgrades in the house and you want to have those covered by that commission money. Now, a lot of agents won't do this. They'll get offended if you even ask. Some of them just have commission structures that don't allow them to do this. But I do know one guy who will. So please ask. The market's changing. Everything's changing. Real estate is morphing, especially right now, more than ever. So it doesn't hurt to ask. A couple more things before I wrap this up. Whether you decide ultimately to have a real estate agent help you buy your new home or not, please get a home inspection. It's a new home and it's inspected numerous times throughout the building process. That's what they'll tell you. And some builders will actually be frustrated with you for wanting a home inspection. Or they'll tell you, you can do a home inspection, but we're not fixing anything. Well, that's fine. That's fine. But I've seen a lot of builders who will look past poor quality trades if the price is low enough. I've seen a home built by a very popular local builder where the structural post in the basement didn't sit on the actual footing, meaning that the weight of the beam in the basement didn't sit where it was supposed to structurally, causing a problem. That same home had a bathroom rough-in in the basement where the plumbing for the toilet was so close to the wall that you couldn't install the toilet. So if you ever wanted to finish that basement and you wanted to put a bathroom in, you would have to tear out a big section of that concrete and move that drain. That's all because the trades didn't pay attention and the superintendents didn't catch it in time. Regional building obviously didn't have a problem with it. The buyer didn't notice it until it came to light when they went to sell the home and the new buyer got an inspection. I saw another new home where within a couple of weeks of closing, the basement flooded with raw sewage because the sewer line was blocked. The builder blamed the buyer for the blockage until they got a camera down there and realized it was construction debris. But forever now, if that person sells that home, they have to disclose that that basement flooded. They had a sewer backup. They can explain why, but if they would have had an inspection beforehand, they would have known that there was a blockage in the line, and they never would have had sewage back up into their home. Get a home inspection. The last thing I want to share with you is when you walk into a sales office for a new home builder, they're going to have you fill out a registration card. When you fill out your registration card, you have to add your agent at that time. If you buy a home later, there's no guarantee that they'll allow you to have an agent, meaning that if things go wrong, you won't have anyone to call, meaning that if you do want to negotiate something as far as a commission rebate, you aren't able to do that as well. Like I said, real estate's changing, commission's changing, everything's negotiable. My contact information's in the description below. I look forward to hearing from you about this or any other real estate questions you have. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.